Getting better. I hardly know her. All right. Let's go. Thank you for the giggle. All right, let's go ahead and bring up your next performer to the stage. He usually goes way later in the lineup, so I'm super excited for you guys to get to see him this early in the night. Please welcome to the stage, Chuck Ruiz.
All right, how's everybody doing today? Yeah. All right, so for work, I travel all over the state of New Mexico. And if you haven't seen a map lately, it's a pretty big state, right? I do a lot of travel. Like this one time, I went to Gallup, New Mexico. And I'll tell you, after only like half a mile, I was like, this is ridiculous. Who gallops these days? I'm just gonna drive. Now, but in the midst of all my travels, I noticed something shocking. Something shockingly consistent. Something shockingly true. All these highways that I drove on, every so often, there'd be one of these little memorials or monuments on the side of the highway. And then after a while, I noticed they're all Christian memorials, which confirms that Christians are the worst drivers. Because, think about it, do you ever see one there with like, Islamic crescent moon and star? No. Ever see one with a Jewish Star of David? No. Ever see one, with even an upside down pentagram and a circle for the Satanists? No. Just the Christian ones. They're the worst drivers. Alright, now, speaking of Gallup, New Mexico. Gallup, New Mexico, this past year was voted the most patriotic city in the country. Gallup, New Mexico, the most patriotic city in the country. I was going to ask you, how the fuck did that happen? Gallup, New Mexico? Because if you've ever been there, you probably noticed. It's like 90% Native American. Right? Now, not to say that Native Americans can be patriotic. I'm not saying that at all. But if you know the history of the Native Americans and our government, you really wouldn't think that they'd be fans. Alright, now, a few weeks ago, went to my little sister's baby shower. She's gonna have a boy. Which is pretty rare in my family. Because my family makes a ton of girls. A ton of them. I tried my best to bring another boy into the family. But I was only able to come up with the formula for girls, twice. After that, I gave up. But it wasn't all my fault. My wife wasn't so damn picky. I'd serve her up a hot batch of baby batter, and she'd be like, I ordered the one with no Y chromosomes. So we've had 2 baby showers, but both for girl babies. So at my sister's shower, right away I noticed a pretty big disparity between the gifts she was receiving and what we got. Because, all we got were like pink and purple onesies, little blankets with flowers on them, toys okay for her to chew on. One of the gifts at my sister's shower, a Wii U. Yeah, a Wii U. I mean, he's still a fetus, fucking Wii U. I've been on a Wii U yet, and I'm 30. So my wife turns, and she sees the look of jealous rage on my face. And she leans over and whispers to me and says, see, that's what you get when you can make a boy. Alright, I'll tell you, there are too many dumbasses in this country. Too many, it's an epidemic. Too many idiots just fucking popping out kids, raising idiot children, while the intelligent people that probably should be procreating, are doing analysis, looking up statistics, crunching the numbers, deciding in this economy, it's just not worth it. So I'll tell you, I was at a high school the other day in a classroom. All these kids were filling out some information on paper. Seniors, kids all about to graduate. One of the kids turns to the girl next to him and says, what year are we in? and it wasn't like, what year are we in? Oh yeah, it's 2014. No, he waited for the answer. And then when she told him 2014, he wasn't like, oh yeah, it's 2014. No, he was like, My wife is taking an online class, and she's always complaining about that there's too many dumbasses in this online class that she's taking. Just the other day, the professor posts one of these TED Talks. You know those TED Talks, right? Posts one of these TED Talks, somebody there speaking on graphic design. And the students are supposed to look at this TED Talk and then comment on it. The first person to comment, what she writes, I shit you not, what she writes is, I agree with Ted. Ted makes a very good point. There are too many dumbasses. Alright, now, we cut off our cable a while back, so I have no idea if this TV show is still on today. But back when we had cable, there was this awful show on TV. You know, one of the most ill-willed shows I have ever seen. And it was on the Food Network, of all places, called Throwdown with Bobby Flay. Has anybody seen this show? Yeah. Terrible show. A terrible show. So if you've never seen this show, let me give you the premise, okay? The Food Network goes out and gets these local chefs, you know, these kind of hometown heroes. You know, the ones that are known in their area for making the very best something. You know, like they got the guy from Philadelphia that makes the best cheesesteaks. You know, the guy from New York that makes the best buffalo wings. You know, they came to San Antonio, New Mexico to have a throwdown with the best green chili cheeseburger. Right? You know, they got Crazy Jimmy from the Bayou that makes the best frog legs. You know, they got them all. And now the Food Network tricks these people. They lie to them. They tell them that they're going to be featured on some kind of special that the network is doing. You know, so they're all excited. They got their friends, family there to watch them. But in reality, the Food Network has actually done, has gone out and gotten Bobby Flay. You know, a world-renowned, nationally recognized Iron Chef. Trained him on how to make their specialty dish only better, just to show up, surprise these hometown heroes with Bobby Flay, who's there to embarrass them on national TV. Right? Terrible show. And I feel so bad for these chefs that were on the first season, you know, because this hadn't been on TV yet, right? They didn't know what was going on. So they're there, you know, cooking, doing their thing, talking to the camera, and all of a sudden Bobby Flay like pops out of a box, you know, like repels down from the rafters. And they're like, is that Bobby? Bobby, how are you? I'm such a big fan. And he's like, yeah, you are. Did you come to try one of my special tacos? Fuck your tacos. I'm going to challenge you to a throwdown. And you know, they got their friends, family, hometown there watching. They can't back down. You know, so they're like, well, sure, Bobby. Let's do it. It's got to be like that. So I'll tell you what, if I was one of those chefs on the second season or after, you know, I'd be there in front of the grill, you know, doing my thing, cooking up some steaks, right? You know, got my special rub on, I'm talking to the camera like, and that's how you season a perfect. Oh, fuck, that was Bobby Flay. I'm gonna go hide, don't tell him I'm not here. And if he did catch me, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing here, Bobby? Because I see that show that you do. I'm trying to do a special, get on TV. Don't fucking ruin it for me. I'm here to challenge you to a throwdown. A throwdown? I don't even know you, Bobby. What the fuck is this beef about? It's about your beef. What a play, Bobby Flay. So if you want to throw down with me, you better knuckle up. Because for some reason in this comedy bit, I'm gangster. Well, so you get embarrassed on national TV. Now, I do have to say that usually Bobby Flay loses. You know, because the Food Network can make themselves out to be monsters, right? But could you imagine being one of those chefs, one of those hometown heroes that did lose to Bobby Flay in front of their friends, family, hometown crowd, on national TV making their specialty dish? That's gotta fucking suck, right? That's awful. That's gotta mess with you. I'll tell you what, that would mess with me. After that, I would start stalking Bobby Flay. You know? Try to catch him one morning when he's making some plain-ass bacon and eggs for his wife and kids, and then I'll burst through the front door like, boom! Throw down, motherfucker! I got my little brother there filming it on his camera phone, also my hype man, like, what, Bobby, what you gonna do, what you gonna do? Like, what you got there, Bobby Flay? Some plain-ass bacon and eggs? Well, I brought a fucking quiche. embarrassed now. Look, I got for you guys.